So, this is the story of how one summer school class could change my life. It was 7th grade summer school at John Muir Middle School in Burbank. I had to take math because I failed. As I'm getting into my class, I sit in the corner, basically away from everybody so no one could see me because I was emo at this point. I had recently been dumped by my middle school boyfriend. And I'm sitting there on my phone, my backpack hiding my phone, and I'm texting my friend. And I hear a voice next to me say, "You shouldn't be doing that." And I looked over, kind of confused, like, who is she talking to? And she was talking to me. And I just said, "Oh, okay, thanks." And I left it at that. The next day, I come into class and I sit in the same seat. The girl happened to sit next to me again too. And she saw me putting Neosporin on my wrists to hide the cuts that I had on them. And she said, "You shouldn't be doing that." And I looked at her and I just kind of thought, why is she so concerned about what I do? After that, I didn't pay her much mind. It wasn't until I saw a boy sitting in the front of the class and he was cracking jokes, he was making everybody laugh, the class clown, if you will. And it just so happened that the girl, Evelyn, happened to know this boy, Julio. And so I thought, that's my way in. That is how I'm gonna get this boy to look my way. Sorry, there's a plane. And so I befriended Evelyn to make my way to Julio. And I apparently caught his eye as well because he asked me out the last day of class, basically. After that, we had a summer romance, as if you will, maybe like The Notebook. It was kind of like that. And I ended up breaking Julio's heart because my boyfriend that had dumped me prior to summer school wanted me back, and I thought, okay. And so I broke up with Julio, not thinking anything of it, not thinking much of it. Fast forward to 9th grade orientation. I missed the orientation, and so I just kind of sat there with my friend, and we just kept seeing people walk by that we knew back in middle school. And I saw a familiar face, and he happened to be standing next to somebody that I couldn't see because the sun was hitting him directly in the face. So all I saw was this man's body. And as this boy approaches me, the sun is fading, and it happens to be Julio. I almost shit myself. Plain and simple, I almost shit myself because I didn't think I was going to see him at Prose, which was the high school that we went to. But I did. And immediately after seeing him at school, I messaged him on MySpace and just told him, "Hey, I am so sorry. I wanted to apologize for how I broke up with you. It was very rude of me. I remember telling Evelyn at this point, I cannot believe I bumped into this man." And that basically started our friendship up again for me and Julio. Fast forward the 4 years of high school, Julio and I had been in and out of each other's life, in a relationship, out of relationships, things like that. Evelyn and I continue to be friends, very close throughout high school, throughout the 4 years. And out of high school, unfortunately, I lost contact with both of them. Evelyn kind of went her way and Julio basically disappeared too. And so we went with our lives. Eventually, I got into contact with Evelyn again, and we became friends. Until this day, we're still friends. Julio and I, actually, after 13 years of knowing each other, finally are going on 4 years being together. And that, my friends, is why one summer school class really changed my life.